Okay, this is our official planning meeting for Super Saturday, September 2017. And we're going to record it so those of you that couldn't join and are still interested in helping can watch the replay. So what I did is I just I copied our Google sheet from last time, and we can kind of use that to fill in the blanks. So we just want to brainstorm a little bit about maybe the theme. Last time we were take control. This time I think we're really kind of talking about personal development and mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So we need a theme. Hopefully those that watch the replay can kind of fill us in. And so it looked like Joanne is not able to come.
Yes.
But hopefully the rest of the committee members are still willing to help, including Kevin with the setup. We had 2 people last time taking tickets. And what are the details of our guest speaker? Jill?
Her last name is Jurcago. G-U-R, not G, sorry, J. J-U-R-C-A-G-O.
Okay.
She's a life coach, a certified life coach. What else do you want to know?
And her topic is going to be?
She hasn't given me the specific, I'll have to ask her for the specific name of it, but I know she is talking about like mindset.
Okay.
But I'll make myself a note and I'll get like the title and get it to you.
Okay. All right. Now so we have the video to share, and the last time we kind of had a panel, and then we had the Shakeology talk. So we kind of need ideas for how else to fill the time. So if anybody has brainstormed on that or has ideas, if we're going to go along with the mindset sort of personal development piece, do we want to do another informational, like we did Shakeology last time? Do you have any thoughts, Charisse?
Well, I don't know if this has to do with that, but like one of the things that I just thought of, well, we could do like a talk like maybe on the performance line or even daily sunshine if we wanted to go that route stick with the nutrition. But the other thing that I just thought about is, I mean, maybe this kind of falls along the lines of fear, but it kind of goes with what the mindset thing is. Or I said fear. I already said what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I told you I was tired tonight.
I know.
But what if, like, we do something that's like about overcoming fears? You know what I mean? I don't know. Beth just said she's coming on in 5 minutes, so maybe.
Okay, good.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I was just trying to think, like, what is something that a lot of coaches struggle with?
Fear of inviting.
Just fear in general, like fear of inviting, fear of putting yourself out there, fear of like what people will say, fear of connecting with certain people.
That's a good idea.
I don't know. Like last time we talked about taking control of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like overcoming fears, and that would sort of fit in with what Jill, I mean, I'm sure Jill will talk something. I mean, if it's mindset, that's part of it. So,
yeah.
Okay. I don't know. That's just a thought, but we'll see what everyone else thinks too. Maybe they have something else.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
It would be fun to do like the ones that we've been to in Columbus where like they had a theme as far as like how they dressed, and like it would be fun to do something kind of fun like that too.
What about, you mentioned shirts in your...
Oh yes, I did say that. Yeah, my cousin, she's like a third cousin, but she's actually making some shirts for me for my virtual gym girls. And so we just have to tell her what we want. And she gave me like a place where I can order shirts like really cheap and ship them to her. And then she'll put whatever we want on them and then ship them back to me. And they won't be super expensive. They shouldn't be anyway. The ones like I'm finding for my virtual gym girls, it's like a tank and it's like $3 to $4 for the actual tank. And she said, I think I have to look back at my message from her, but I want to say like for that, she was going to charge me like $8, I think, or something. And that included all the shipping and everything. So you figure 8 plus like, so like $13 I'm going to get a tank for them. So depending on what we pick and how much we ask her to put on the shirt would change the price if we keep it pretty simple. But yeah, maybe that's shirts for us is what I was thinking. It would be hard to do it for all the people because remember what a nightmare that was.
Yeah.
But if we had like a theme and we made a shirt for us that was designed around that theme, but then we told everybody else to wear something that fit that. I don't know. It just was kind of fun. Like,
and we could also take orders. Could you think we could take orders there and they could have it sent after?
Yeah, afterwards. She probably would do that. Yeah. I just don't want to mess around with it ahead of time because I think that would be a nightmare.
Okay.
And the more colors on the shirt, the more expensive.
Probably, yeah. She's printing them at her house on whatever she uses. So she's just doing this out of her own home, like on a side. She's a teacher.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I'm thinking like fear not or fear, I don't know. Something along that line if we want to go with.
Stomp out your fears or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's.
I was just remembering how in Columbus, like we had like one time everybody dressed in like Hawaiian stuff, and another time they dressed in, I think it was like neon. Like it could be related to the theme in some way, and that's what we maybe need some more creative minds to hear our conversation and roll with that. Okay.
We'll see if Jen and Beth log on.
Okay.
So that's some good ideas anyways. Maria was offering, it looks like, well, we should probably do some snacks again, like Missy brought them last time, so we'll start that conversation again and see if, maybe Maria wants to bring them this time.
Sandy would probably help out too. My coach Sandy probably would because she likes to do that stuff. So as long as she's coming, I have to double check that with her. She probably would help.
Okay. So then we do want the treats was a good idea. And then I do like the idea of music or something to kind of get, like she was saying and Danielle too, come up with a game and set it up at the beginning to get people mingling. So I think she still wants to do that she go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Okay. We can put her in charge of that.
Which again, depending on what our theme ends up being, she might find a game or something that goes with that.
Okay.
Shouldn't have to, but like there might be something that is a good like tie-in. Like I don't know. You'd have to do some Google search. There's probably some kind of icebreaker game out there for trust, like trust in yourself or trust, not being so scared and to trust instead. There's probably something like that out there.
Okay. Yep. Cool. What else? And then we would need the instructors we had so many last time that were willing. It was Missy and Jen. Mm-hmm. So, depending on who wants the role there, I know we have several. Allison, Sharice, Ashley. Who else? Lots of people. So those are some of the other things I think we need to hash out.
Yeah. What did we have last time? We did Pio, and what did Jen do? She did Turbo? No, she did.
It was Pio and Turbo, I'm pretty sure, because I was out of my comfort zone with the Turbo. Okay. So maybe something different would be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to do the P90X. I would just do like the cardio or the core part, so you didn't need any equipment.
Okay.
But it would be, I bet you that, well, and what is, Danielle is certified in something too. Danielle is certified in Turbo 2, I think.
Okay.
And so is Ashley.
Well, maybe we should check with Missy. She had someone that was going to come last time who's supposedly super fun size instructor, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So let's check with Missy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to do it. Matter of fact, if there's other people, that's fine. But if you need me, I'm there.
Okay.
Because it's a harder one to do because you got to just do the cardio or core because of the equipment part.
Okay.
Now, the next Super Saturday after this one, we'll have a few quarter force people, so that would be a good one too, but that won't be in time.
Okay. These are our other ones. I know is Ashley Bean?
Yeah, she's turbo.
Okay.
And so, yeah, Danielle, you got her. Okay.
Well, those are the possibilities. Okay. And we did 2 people and okay.
Yeah.
Do we have the banner from last time, or we were going to bring that back? Do you have it?
I have it. I think it's in my attic, but yeah, I have it somewhere.
Okay. So we can bring that. Anything else? Oh, we have somebody. Yay.
Let me call you right back. I got a meeting. Okay. All right. Bye. Hi.
Hi, dear.
How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for hopping on.
No problem. I'm like, oh no, I'm missing it.
That's okay. We have a couple people late to the party, so
I saw that.
Okay.
There was something right before you said about the band. Oh, I was going to say too something that we might want to discuss. I don't know how much you want to go into, but it's going to literally be right before that Clean Week launches.
Oh, I hope I didn't just do something wrong with my. If my computer dies, I'll come back. Hit snooze or restart thing. Okay, it looks like it's okay. Clean Week?
Yeah, that's going to be launching like I think October 3rd. So it might be something like, I don't know if we want to like if people are going to share or something. The other thing that I thought about that I actually thought about this when I listened to the National Wake Up Call this week was I'm almost wondering, like, I loved her idea about the different, I don't know if you listened to it yet, but like different types of free groups. And I'm wondering if we shouldn't do something interactive where people like share some free, like I'm wondering if we shouldn't actually physically have people like create an interest list while they're there, like she said, or maybe like I'm thinking even buy like those big poster board papers and put them like around the room
so everybody can write on it.
Like work in a group or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think like, or maybe they get with a group of people and they have to write down their interests that are common and then come up with free group ideas. Because how awesome would it be if you walked away for Saturday, like with a big list of free group things for however long. Like sometimes you sit down and you try and think of it and you're like,
you can't come up with anything.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Yep.
I just think that if we make it a little bit more interactive where they walk away with something that they have that they can put into play for like the next day, you know?
Yep.
I think that will help a lot too because it kind of breaks it up so that way we don't have a lot of sitting time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they feel, like you said, they feel more like they're involved. Yeah. And when people feel like they're involved in things, then they get more excited about it and they definitely want to return the next Super Saturday.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I guess it's probably a little bit of the teacher in me, but like I'm thinking about how what we do sometimes with kids at school is like you put, or maybe we have this prearranged ahead of time where you literally put some different topics like in the middle of a poster paper. And then you get into a group and you have to move from poster to poster and write down as many ideas as you can think of around that topic. So like maybe it just is like busy moms is in the middle. Okay, so what are things busy moms need? And like, I don't know, we can think about like the details of it, but like you would have all these posters with ideas and they would literally walk away with a whole list of things that appealed to them based on their interests and what they like for free group ideas going for the rest of the year and maybe even to the beginning of the new year.
That's a good idea, because when you said like the teacher in you, we're doing VBS right now at my church, and the lady I'm doing with is a teacher for school age children. And how we have stuff set up is like, when we come in, we have music playing and that kind of gets everybody settled down. Then we get everybody into a nice group, and then we like go over our story and what everything's going to be about. That kind of gets like the kids settled. Not that we're all kids, but still it takes a little bit of time to even get adults settled, you know? Yeah. It gets us all settled so that way everybody understands like what you're about to learn, what's about to come on. And that whole time it's based on that one subject. So, and every week we have a certain subject. So if we can kind of put, like you said, put this idea around like one main topic or something, that would kind of help to get everybody together and keep things in order.
Yeah.
And then kind of branch off of that.
Well, we were talking before you guys hopped on, we were talking about like a possible theme for this one. Like last time was about take control.
Right.
This time we were talking about what could we do for a theme, and we kind of threw around a few ideas. And we talked a little bit about maybe something with, overcoming fears or something. And I mean, the only tie-in I could think of if we went with the idea of creating free group ideas would be that sometimes it's scary to invite until you build a relationship, and you can build them through having good free groups that are about things that are like your niche. So it might help overcome the fear, if you had that. So that, I mean, I guess you could tie it that way. It's not like a clear-cut tie-in, but
right. Yeah. It also helps you find what your niche is as well.
True. Which makes it easier to talk to people.
Right. Because like for me, I'm still kind of in between, but like doing different groups and seeing who kind of I don't want to say like latches onto you, but people that kind of follow you, you kind of find who your niche is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. And that might, that helps build relationships. And then once you start to build a relationship, you're not as scared anymore to like, you could be a little bit more vulnerable and be you.
Yep. Nope, I think that's a great idea. Well, maybe that can replace one of the middle sessions here, where if we're going to start with our guest speaker, then whether or not we do the video here or not, we can talk about the order. But I think it would be good maybe then, even after our speaker, to maybe move around a little bit and have that activity then where people can get up and move then.
Yeah, probably after, because they will be sitting. I know she asked if people would have notebooks, so I know she's planning on giving us stuff to take notes with, but I have a feeling it'll mostly be us just sitting, but it would be good to do that afterward.
Okay.
We could even pick up like little dollar, like tiny notebooks from the dollar store, just in case people don't have notebooks and stuff, to make sure that way they can get their, get the information.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So then if we have the banners around the room, I guess they're just going to screenshot them then maybe, right? Because you want something.
Yeah. Or they could take notes they could just write down the ones that they thought were best for them. But yeah, most people would just take a screenshot of it, or and we can also take a screenshot of all of them and post them in our Facebook group after the event.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What else?
So as far as like a panel, I don't know, like.
Or do we need that this time if we're going to have that one activity here, and then the only other thing, we could do another informational giving thing. What do you think?
Can I ask a question? I hopped on late. I'm sorry, girls.
No, if you're late, you get no questions.
Okay. Okay, so the top, were you guys talking about doing like a learning station? Is that what the station's having people move around? Is that what? I missed the whole station part.
It was just an idea that we were just spinning real quick about how I was talking. Did you listen to the National Wake Up Call last week?
No, not yet, but I know I need to.
It's good, yeah. But she was talking on there about free groups and about how you create an interest list for yourself, like 10 things that you're interested in. not necessarily related to Beachbody, just things in general. And then from there, you think of free group ideas that would fall along there. Like she gave the example of she likes DIY projects, and she did a DIY group, and just how it's a way to get to know people in your niche, but also build relationships, And so I was saying that maybe what we could do is, like, to me, that like I sat down and I started writing the list, and then I was like, okay, I'm still having trouble thinking of a free group that isn't like what everybody else is doing, but it's more heads are better than one. So like if we did some type of activity where we bought like those big Post-it note or poster board things, and somehow, and we'll have to work out the details of what it looks like, but somehow people were going around and putting ideas on these posters or working in a group to come up with free group ideas centered around a certain topic or something like that. I have to think about that a little bit more. But
that would be a good one, having groups, because that brings people together. So
that's
that
what I'm thinking. Yeah. And try and find like maybe something they have in common among the group, and then come up with free group ideas so that everybody would walk away with a whole list of free group ideas at the end of the day that they could put into practice for the remainder of the year.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yep.
But it would also get them up and moving around the room. Like I would plan it specifically so that there was movement and they had to move from place to place or something. Like I can think about that.
Okay. And then the possible talks. So we have our main speaker. Am I allowed to scroll this thing up and down, or is that Jen doing it?
No, Jen has to scroll.
Jen's got control. Okay, so that's making my eyes buggy. All right, so we're welcoming everybody, and then is our guest speaker going first? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's gonna. Oh, good. She's talking about mindset. Perfect.
Yep.
Then we have a break, and then so is she? Okay, so she's an hour and a half slot. And then,
so you know what the times are? I copied our last one and just.
Oh, okay.
So I'm editing this as we go, and we might change the order a little bit. So we'll have her speak first. At some point, we'll do the video from Beachbody, but we thought maybe it would be good to put the interactive thing right after her speak. So this might be.
Do we ever have anybody get? And I think we had this last time. I want to say, Cherie, I think it was you, about telling their story and why they're in Beachbody for potential new people that are in the room that are maybe thinking about being a coach.
We did talk about doing that last time, I think. Yeah, about having
so that
couple testimonials,
relatable things like that.
Well, you know what you could do, because you could pick 3 people to do that and tell them they have to tell their story in under 5 minutes, or something.
Maybe when you do the recognition.
Yeah. Well, you could actually, I was thinking you could plug them in 3 different spots, as almost.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is to plug a couple different people in, have them tell their story as to why they're, in less than, 10, 15 minutes or what have you. Just so that the people that are in the room, because I'm thinking in my mind, I love the idea about free groups, brainstorming there, but for people that aren't currently a coach, I'm thinking I want people to, I don't want to say get hooked in, but hear other people so that it can be relatable to them. Does that make sense? Yeah,
it does. And I actually think I think that the free group thing would help them too, because they could see how they could run groups about stuff that they like, even if they weren't a coach. A lot of times they're afraid because they're like, well, I don't know how to do anything. But
okay, good. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but I do think though that it is important, and I do think that somebody that they need to hear from different people. So we need to pick 3 people that have 3 very different backgrounds, I think, so that
stories,
they would hopefully resonate with somebody on some level.
That's a great idea.
Because I actually just had somebody who I'm trying to convert. She's one of my customers. And her comment to me was, she's like, I'm not anywhere near ready in my journey to she's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm like, you're the perfect candidate. I'm like, most people don't. I said, you don't have to have that kind of background. That's your journey. You learn as you go and you help others.
Yeah, I think that definitely if we're going to do this, one of the people needs to be somebody that maybe signed up in the beginning as they were starting their journey, if we know anybody like that, because that is a very common thing that I've heard from people too, is they say, I don't know even what I'm doing. I'm trying to do my own weight loss thing. I'm trying to get healthy. I can't help any, they think
right. Yeah. They don't feel like they're ready yet.
Yeah.
That's funny because when Amy talked to me, I was the complete opposite. I thought I was completely ready because I always had people coming to me, but yet I've been in it for 3 years and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right.
So we could pick 3 people and plunk them in 3 different spots. Like one maybe right after Jill, right before we do the interactive thing. Then maybe one after the video from corporate, and then maybe one like at the very end or something. I don't know.
Yep. Okay.
How long are we giving Jill to talk, just so I can make sure I tell her the right time limit?
I think we said 45 minutes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to confirm that.
Yeah. I think that's a good amount of time for people's attention span anyways, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we'll have her and then maybe the interactive group. We will share our video. We'll have the coaches share their stories. And then I guess we can talk about who or what, if we want to share. We talked about this overcoming fears. Would that be a panel, you think, Charisse?
It could be a panel, but to be honest with you, by that point, I would love to see like some more fired up kind of like talk right there, like ending it with a bang almost, because I think what happens is by the end of the day, if you put a panel up after they've listened to Jill and like they're listening, I don't know. Like for me personally, the panel could be awesome, but like I'm going to be tuning out by then.
Right.
But if they had somebody up there that really brought it with fire, like really like about something about like how not to be afraid or how to overcome your fear, like just really brought it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're leaving on such a, like Jill's going to talk about mindset.
Like high energy.
Yeah, like somebody that like just brings it.
Like, come on, guys, you can't be fearful. You just got to get out there. You got to do it. Step out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
Yeah, like someone that fires everybody up.
Mm-hmm. Because like you said, this is how many hours in total?
It goes from 9 to 1. Yeah.
It's, and it's a lot of sitting in between. Yeah. So, and you get a lot of information, and getting so much information, your mind's kind of like,
okay.
I know I have a short, attention span and stuff. So,
okay.
Like Cherie said at the end, you definitely do need someone that's going to kind of get you inspired and.
Okay. Well, I guess my thoughts would be if we kind of break up into a couple committees and put people in charge of hashing out all the details of the different areas and
well, who do you guys think because I don't know everybody in this group, as far as like Jen, who's in your downline, or Charisse, who's in your downline, or Missy's, or what have you. Who are you guys thinking in the back of your minds as far as plugging in like other speakers? Not
like
speakers.
The coach, like the coach.
Yeah, the coach stories.
That would be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe the 4 of you diamond coaches need to figure that part out as far as who to plug where. Because I could recommend people, but I don't know who they are or what their story is or who you think would have the most impact.
We could talk about that. We could look at our downlines and talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we want to call? Like Danielle and Maria, you kind of asked about. I just copied stuff from the chat. Maybe music, or Danielle was like a game or something at the beginning. I don't know if you two want to be on that. Like, what would you call that?
Refreshments and entertainment. No.
Right. And the reason why I brought that up is because I don't know if you guys went to the Super Saturday in Toledo. Oh man, it was a while ago. There was a whole bunch of us. Amy was there. I don't know if Ashley was there. I don't think Ashley was on yet. I don't think I had brought her on yet. But a lot of us had went out to Toledo, and how they got started was they had music playing, and we did like a line dance. Cool. And that got like I had a friend with me that day, and she was like, "Man, this is like fun." Like she really enjoyed herself because everybody's energy was just like so up from get-go.
That's what we need. That's what we need.
When we got down to the last, our workout was at the end, and it was a glow workout, which brought our energy up even more because it was so cool for us to all have these glow sticks on us with black lights everywhere. So it was just like so much fun throughout the whole entire thing. And that's why I had brought it up.
That's kind of what I was saying in the beginning. I think maybe before you hopped on is that, like, I remember going to one in Columbus where everybody dressed up in like Hawaiian beach wear, and like I feel like we need like something like that.
Or something, yeah. That, like you said, the themes.
Okay. And maybe what if we do the themes surrounding, like our thing next year is in Indianapolis, and we're talking about racing to the finish line and things like that. What if we incorporate that theme?
We could, or that might be a good one to save even when we get closer for next year, maybe.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Yeah, for sure.
I was trying to think about, like, we're talking about mindset and fear and all that. I was trying to think of, like, what would be something fun that would correlate with that.
Pinterest.
What'd you say?
I said Pinterest.
Yeah, well, but I'm thinking, because okay, so here's what I'm thinking. You seem like you're gonna figure something out, and I know Danielle's like real fun like that. What if you and Danielle work together on that?
That's fine, and we live close together too. So I mean, I know you like in Menor or Painesville Township. I'm in Painesville Township.
Okay, yeah, she's somewhere over there. But it would be cool, like, if you guys came up with a theme that, like, maybe that we asked everybody to dress in a certain way or something, or we got something to give them that fit that theme, something cheap or whatever. And then we also talked about getting shirts made for all of us that are working the event. So we could even have a shirt made for us that maybe you guys come up with like a tagline or something for it that we put on our shirts or something like, the shirts would be just for us, but we would have that, but then they could maybe do something. Maybe we have, like, she wanted to do maybe a game or something, like an icebreaker that's related to that, and then some music, and I don't know, like, so maybe you guys can be working on that.
Sounds good.
If it ties into fear or something, yeah, but if not,
do we know at all what our new products are or not yet?
What, we don't get that video. It was like the week before.
A couple days before.
Okay.
A couple days before, like they don't sneak it out. So
okay. All right. So it's not like we can even plan around that for education purposes.
No.
Okay.
Right. Yep. Okay. So then I think, ladies, we need to workout instructors. We gotta hash that part out because so Cherie said she's willing. We can check with Missy and see. And I think that's anything else you guys.
Well, we just gotta figure out what we're gonna do at the end, whether or not we want to do something informational with product, or whether or do we want to?
I think we said that would be the high energy get over your fear talk, right?
Right. So we got to figure out who's gonna do that.
Right.
Who's gonna give that? Like, so we need someone to either that we all need to think about it, or we need to figure out. Do we have somebody on our teams that could do that could deliver that, get people fired up?
Power message. We can all kind of think on that.
Like Chris Downing type power message. Like that's what we need. Something like that, Yep.
Okay. All right. So then probably we won't do a talk, an informational talk.
I'm thinking maybe we would do that again the next one. Yeah. Like every other one or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I think we have it, ladies. Does anybody think of anything else?
Is Craig still by you? Does he have any 2 cents?
He's been taking notes.
Trying to get the webpage fixed.
The Eventbrite given us trouble for some reason. So
what is this? Okay, tell me the week. I don't see the weekend on here. It's the 23rd, 24th?
23rd.
Yeah, that's not the right graphic at all even. I gotta cut that.
Right. I'll put all that in there and then put the stuff in the washer. Okay.
It's the 23rd.
September
23rd.
23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only a little bit. I can throw it
And
in.
it's at the same hotel that we had it last time, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so cost is for us is
You get your money?
Yes.
12.
This.
It's 12, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And then what about guests? Are guests still free?
I think that's what we did last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's on there.
Was that enough to cover our expenses though?
Yeah, because you got a speaker you're going to have to pay now. Don't forget.
He's saying yes.
Okay.
We need to get around the 45 to 50 though.
We need to have 45 or 50 paid
Coaches.
coaches. Yeah. And so that link is up and active, and I know I shared it. Did we share it in the message conversation?
I think so, but I don't know.
Okay. So we have to, it's given them, something's not quite right with the way it's coming across to people, and some people are having trouble with
We'll
it.
get that a date. That's not wrong
Okay.
with the date.
So we need to start inviting and sharing that and getting that out and getting our tickets and talking about that and getting as many people as we can.
Guys, can I ask a quick question?
Yep.
So what are your thoughts if we have guests that are coming and say they've never tried Shakeology or they've never done anything like, they're pretty much brand new, or, we just bring them because we met them or whatever. Have we ever thought about bringing packets of Shakeology to sell there?
I have a whole bunch of packages too.
What's that, Maria?
I said I have quite a bit of packages to sell too, or at least even to just give.
We did talk about that a little bit last time.
Are we going to do the snacks like we had last time?
Yeah, Maria, that would be your committee. That would be you and Danielle.
Okay. I was wondering because I had brought it up, but I wasn't sure if we were doing it or not.
Yeah, that worked out really nice.
Refreshments.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say that worked out. Missy made a lot of stuff last time, and I think that was well received. So,
Yep.
I don't know.
I can even make something too, Maria, if you need me to. I can do something with the Daily Sunshine, like protein balls with the Daily Sunshine instead of, like with the Shakeology that we make, or start Pinteresting some stuff or different ideas.
Okay. Yeah, that would be nice.
We did talk about like a Shakeology bar. So, what if you guys brought your stuff and you wanted to sell the shake, for whatever, $4? What do you think?
Might be easier to do energized packets before the workout.
True. I was just trying to think how we could recoup if we don't have 45 to 50 paid, so that, it's not coming out of our pocket. Like if guests came and they wanted to try something, we could sell them a packet. They're getting in for free.
That's true.
Well,
Sometimes there's no merit in free. I mean, I'm just going from what I know in past experience.
I don't think it's a bad idea. What do you
You
guys?
can have them available.
Yeah, have them set up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we always put off to the side, Justin, because you're going to know about time this event comes whether or not we have the 45 people, correct?
That's true. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we could always have it set up to the side for just in case,
Yep.
We think we just have the coaches that want to bring them?
Shaky packets, or even I do like the Energize.
Okay. Jen, do you want to be in charge of that committee that takes care of that?
I can, yeah, totally.
Just, in terms of organizing and finalizing and that sort of thing? Okay. So this is everybody thinking. I'll share, if you guys, I'll get email addresses and share this as a working.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll make it editable so we can all update this, and maybe what else? One more Zoom before we do this, or are we okay chatting in the group the details?
Well, we can start chatting in the group, and then if we feel like we need to get together and talk it out, we can always schedule one.
Okay.
So Maria and Danielle are coming up with the theme as far as like decorations and stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, well, like, they're gonna kind of do the entertainment or any game activity
Entertainment, okay.
at the beginning, or music throughout, and then brainstorming some kind of creative idea for the whole theme that would carry across, and even be like T-shirts that we talked about, maybe for those of us that are on the committee.
And if we're going to do shirts, we have to decide like pretty soon what we're putting on them, because I need to give her time to make them. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, because I don't know what I'm telling her to put on it right now. So that may or may not be something that we can pull off right now.
Okay.
Charisse, do you have somebody that you know?
My cousin does it.
Okay.
But she doesn't live, she's out of state. So if somebody knows someone that can do it faster.
My aunt and my uncle, they do it, and they live right in Maple Heights.
Well, then that might be a better choice for this, because of the turnaround time.
Yeah, and my father-in-law has a store that he does it in too.
Okay, then that might be better.
Right. Right.
All right. Well, let's see if maybe Maria and Danielle can kind of hash that out in the next week or less. And
It would be awesome to come up with a tagline that we have on our shirts.
What about consistency is key?
For fear.
Oh, for fear. We're looking at fear. Okay, sorry.
No, just like, like Charisse was like, what did I say? Fear not, or, I don't know. Yeah.
Everyone like fear not the process. Oh.
We got about 10 minutes left before my Zoom is going to stop, I guess. But yeah, so.
What about even if we came up with like some, found like a good quote?
That's what I just did. I just did a Google. Here's the first one that caught my eye. Decide what you want. Decide you want it more than you are afraid of it.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that one, but like that caught my eye immediately.
I know there's one that's like fear not the process, embrace the journey, or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
It literally could be just a quote like that that's on the front of our shirts.
Okay. Yep.
That we all wear. And then maybe they bring a quote about fear and we put them around the room or something. I don't know.
Are we going to have that banner up that they were signing from?
Yeah, I think it's I got to find it. I know I took it, and I'm pretty sure I stuck it in my attic. So as long as the mice didn't eat it, I'll bring it back.
Okay. Or the bees.
Yeah, well, that's an ongoing debacle. Let me just tell you, a full-blown bee suit is being delivered to our house tomorrow.
Oh, good grief. Okay.
Bee suit.
Uh-huh.
Ladies, this was a very good meeting. Thank you. I wasn't sure how many people were going to hop on, so thank you for hopping on. I feel like I was getting a little worried about how quick this was approaching, but I feel like we got a good, we got some good stuff. It'll come together nicely. Yep. Anything else that we can think of now? I'll do the YouTube link, and I'll share the Google link. That's my homework. Okay.
Sounds good for now.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Guys for hopping on. It was good seeing you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.